This upcoming election day, the city of Wyoming is shrinking its precincts from 30 to 18. I spoke with Kelly Vandenberg, Wyoming city clerk, about why these changes are happening and how it's going to affect my neighbors.
In December of 2023, there were some legislative changes that allow us to basically consolidate some of our precincts. That legislative action took the limit from 2,999 voters to 4,999 voters.
Vandenberg says this change is happening because how neighbors vote is changing.
So in many elections, we saw relatively few voters showing up in the precincts, especially for, some of the smaller scale elections and that sort of thing.
Neighbors utilizing both early and absentee voting.
Prior to 2018, there were 6 statutory reasons that allowed a voter to vote an absentee ballot. And after that, we in Michigan here adopted the no reason absentee. So that opened up absentee voting to all voters.
It's a trend the city has started to notice.
In some elections, we see 50% or more of the ballots cast in any given election from that absentee pool. So that means, relating this back to the precinct changes, that means we have far fewer people showing up at the precinct to vote on election day.
And the change to precincts helps the city on the back end.
I anticipate we'll save approximately $30,000 a year in election inspector wages. That doesn't even begin to touch on paper supplies and precinct supplies, our delivery costs, our rental of facilities.
But will this impact Wyoming neighbors on election day? Vandenberg doesn't think so.
Certainly if I'm a voter and I go to the right location, I think their experience will be fairly similar to what they've experienced before. Voting experience in a local, smaller scale election like the one we have on Tuesday, I think you're not generally waiting in a line.
I'll have a list of all the changes and where you need to go to vote attached to this story on our website at fox17online.com. I'm Walid Alamla, your Wyoming reporter, Fox 17 News.